welcome to Wolfe Farms. I'm Dawn, also known as Knitting Wolf.
And I'm James, also known as Wolf Photo. This podcast is brought to you by Wolfe Farms. You can find us on the internet at wolffarms.net. Every month we have a scent of the month that you get 25% off of, and for the month of April it is cucumber melon. So get 25% off everything in our shop that isn't scented in that fragrance. And we have other sale items as well, at least, while the shop is open, because we will be closing at the end of June. I think
and we are really blowing through our...
Yeah, we are not making more soap, except with the exception of we did make a batch of lavender, which is curing now. So that will be in the shop, and like I said, we'll, if there's a particular scent you like, you probably should stock up, because I know there's been a number of larger orders that are stocking up for, after June 30th. So...
And we've had quite a few inquiries about selling our recipes and stuff, and that's not going to happen.
Well, we're gonna hold on to what we've got going, just in the off chance that down the road somewhere we want to revive the Wolfe Farms. But we won't be, like I said, giving out our trade secrets. But anyway, so we're gonna, like I said, be holding on to those. Those are something that we're gonna, we took a lot of time to. Well,
we took over a year just.
Well, like I said, we spent time, and like I said, we're gonna hold on to that. So, but thank you for those that are interested. It means that you're liking what we do, and so stock up. So, anyways, I guess
it'll still be offered as prizes through the podcast as long as that is around. And
well, because we do this for us, and so like I said, it just expanded out because other people needed it. But like I said, we've decided to shut things down in June, and like I said, I'm sure if you've been watching, that's the backstory. So. I want to welcome new and returning viewers. If you're new, by the way, we're closing our shop. If you're returning, you already know about it, but thanks for joining us today. Got a couple segments for you.
It's a quickie.
Yeah, we always say that, so we'll see how quick
and then you never know what's going to come out of my mouth. I don't even know.
You can't shut this one up.
So the segments for this week include farm happenings in the Coop, roundup.
So we'll see.
Not much.
We'll see how much blabbering we do. So farm happenings. Someone got a haircut and a.
Yeah, I went shorter even than what I normally. Although you probably won't be able to tell that I do.
No.
Because I have a crap ton of hair. I mean, it's like five people's haircuts, being this short even.
It's thick.
So yeah.
You got a lot of follicles up there.
At least I got something up there.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So I took a me day and had fun because I love my hairstylist. She's my buddy. We have fun talking Game of Thrones and chit chatting.
And what is your Gilmore Girls? Or no?
Oh, that was the other hairstylist. Yeah.
I know you were talking your Gilmore Girls stuff there, but.
Yeah, and she's into One Tree Hill, so I'll have to check that out. I've never even heard of that one, but, and then, because I got a little bit of highlights, and my hair, being a natural redhead, does not like anything touched with the color, so it's like 2 hours of waiting for it to... And they use the strongest they can on me with not making it fall out.
It's forced patience.
Yes.
Because someone is not that
not
patient
one lick
at
of
times.
knitting happened that day because we were busy having fun chatting and I talked with my hands, so.
Acted out, huh?
Yeah. So then there hasn't been much knitting this week. As you will see, barely anything. So when it's warmer, I am outside. I am doing gardening. I am pulling up old trees, putting in new trees. I'm making cuttings.
She's just hanging out with the chickens.
Yes.
Hanging out with the ducks, but
Yeah.
farming. So
Yep, cut the nails all off this week because they've gotten I can't do things with nails.
yep.
So, yeah, that was...
If you try and grow them long, they break anyways. So.
Yeah, and the one I had broke was like, yeah. So
did-
that has been my week. I mean, we're starting because registration for college stuff for Jimmy, so I was helping him print some stuffs to try to decide what classes and all that. So been a busy week.
Stressing over that.
Yeah.
Talking about the gardening, we actually did.
Oh yeah. Huh.
We actually harvested some of our
Look how
own.
pretty that is. It just, don't you want to, what's that Veggie Tales song?
Oh, there you go. So we did harvest. This is only one of the
Or
bunches
Daddy's
that we did.
Daycare, the broccoli.
Oh, yeah.
We'll do the broccoli.
Broccoli and carrot.
Broccoli, yeah.
Yeah, broccoli and carrot cereal. That's what every kid just loves.
And it's funny because that's what I eat for breakfast.
So yeah, so we went out and harvested the broccoli the first round. So
Yeah.
we leave the plant in, then it'll get other shoots and other crowns of broccoli, which is good. And then
And I do my gardening, like what he is meaning by first round is I do it in rounds. So this round, and then as soon as we harvest that, we plant another round. So it's a continual.
well, that would be phases, but with the crowns,
Yeah.
you leave the plant in, and then you harvest off the heads before they flower, because these will go to flower. I don't know what where your mind is right now, but anyway, so we got that done, and then we harvested up the radishes because I was out watering the garden Friday, and I'm like, wow, that looks pretty big. So I pulled up a radish. It was good size, and the boys are playing.
They're having a tussle fuss
over a toy. They always want to play with what the other one's playing with. So, but anyway, so I pulled up one of the radishes. I'm like, wow, we really need to get out there and pull these up. So, lo and behold, on Saturday.
And this is just what I kept. I threw away probably more than this.
There were some the size of my fist, and it was good because to the point of
I don't know what I did, but these are the spiciest radishes. I mean, they
had some kick because I brought in one of the ones that was like fist size, and I washed it. I mean, it was perfect because some of these when they grow they'll split.
Yeah.
This one was like perfect. I'm like, oh, that looks like an apple. It's like, eat on that. So I thought, okay, well, hey, we all have to partake of this new radish, and so I cut it up and I give Jimmy some and I had some. Did you have some? Mm-hmm. I guess you had a bite too, but, you start chewing on it and I'm like, wow, that's good. Ooh, that's got a little kick. Whoo, that's got a lot of kick. It's like, oh, this is like a chili. It was so spicy.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's because we let it get bigger, because I think the smaller ones, either they're that spicy but in a small dose, but because we were eating chunks of, and even Jimmy's like, I need some water.
Be great for a sinus infection.
Yeah, but it was good, tasty, farm fresh.
Farm fresh.
But yeah, so that was good. They were actually pulling up. The carrots aren't quite there yet, but yeah, it's coming along. Doing good. So
I need to get out there to my spinach because
time to
Farmer
harvest that.
Krista, told me I need to get my butt out there and get that.
Get the baby spinach.
Baby.
Yeah.
Puppy
So
baby.
But I know you were out there replanting. Because we basically harvested the whole row of radishes and you went back through and planted more so that we can.
Happy chickens because they got the tops. So so they were just having a blast.
Field day.
So we'll get some spicy eggs.
You don't need to add the salsa to that.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else? trees you already talked about. Oh. What, I didn't know if I'd mention anything about the guy coming from Arizona.
Oh, you're waiting all day.
No, yeah, well.
That's me more to my patients, so.
Yeah, well, I had bought a new wood planer here a month and a half ago. It's almost 2 months now. And I had my old wood planer that I was selling. So I actually had a bunch of interest in it, but the guy that, was kind of first talking and really kind of was setting up the thing, he's actually coming from Arizona to come pick this thing up. So he was driving out all the way from, somewhere between Flagstaff and Phoenix. He's kind of out that way. It's like 8 hour drive. It's a long drive. So he's
boring drive.
Don doesn't like to travel. I preface that. But so he came out, but he was supposed to be here at like 6 o'clock. 5 or 6 o'clock is what he told me. He didn't get here till 7 and was, we were going through and, he's testing things out because there's making sure that it's all, working, functioning right. I had a bunch of accessory stuff that was going with it. But, so we didn't actually get him loaded up and get him back on the road until like 8:30.
8:30.
Yeah, so usually we're like showered and watching TV by then, but
I did. That's my bedtime.
But so I was out, talking with him, getting him loaded, getting tested, whatever, and he got on the road. But he was driving all the way back that night, so he was going to get home like 4 in the morning. I'm like, you better get yourself a couple cups of coffee, get that caffeine flowing. But so now it's like I got a void spot in my garage because the new planer doesn't fit because it's too big to fit where I had the old one. But now it's like there's a vacant spot in my garage. I'm like, I feel bad. It's like
that's just like you got a vacant spot in your yarn stash. You just got to fill it with something, huh?
Are you giving me an okay to fill it with another tool?
Yeah, you never need an okay.
I need to I guess adjust things. But yeah, I got this big spot in my garage now that it's like I got to find something. So yeah, so that was like that took a while because we were waiting around because he said 5, and so I was getting stuff ready, getting all set up. So that took up like half my afternoon yesterday was trying to, I thought, well, maybe if he gets here early, and we had to keep the dogs corralled, and Dundee was not happy. He does not like not being out with me, but when I have our front gates open, I don't, he's good. Poppy doesn't listen well, but Dundee,
he's a baby.
Dundee, he is a good listener. He sticks with me. He'll listen. He'll come.
And with the neighbor, we've been having issues with our neighbor dogs getting into our yard because I guess we have better bunnies than they do to chase. And
well, the bunnies know where to run to be safe.
So they've been digging into our yard every day. And so where was I going with it? Oh, Poppy listening.
Wow.
And so I start to take them out with me, and then all of a sudden I see the neighbor dogs and. They've been I say stop and they freeze, so he's getting better at the training stuff.
Yeah. Well, the neighbor, this just before we were podcasting, had his tractor out there and was burning up a whole bunch of dirt along between the fence because that's where the dogs have been digging under. So hopefully that's enough to delay them so that they actually see the dog digging under.
And at least they are good neighbors.
Yeah.
They do try to, fences make good neighbors too, but no,
they're like I said, they're good.
Yeah.
And so, like usually we don't have any issues, but it just seemed like daily the last couple of days their one dog has been going after rabbits because rabbits are like, gung-ho rabbits right now because spring is here and we got, Dundee loves going after them. Oh, he loves it, but he wouldn't know what to do and he'd never dig under the fence to go after him. But
Poppy brought me one the other day, but I don't know if it's one that they had,
Yeah. But anyway, so then needless to say, we've had visitors from the next door yard, but that's what it is. So,
So in the coop.
In the coop. That's you.
Yep. So in the coop,
me.
me.
I could get my bag over here.
Let's
trade my knitting for radishes.
So in the coop is the memory blanket, my Scrappy Happy Blanket by Georgie Nicholson. This is a free pattern on Ravelry. This is what I use. I do 40 stitches exactly like the pattern calls for. I use a 3.0 needle, whatever that is. I think it's 2.5 or I don't know. It's Knit Picks. So the Knit Picks aren't that accurate on the
needle gauge.
So it's like
kind of like horseshoes, as long as it's close enough,
yeah,
right?
close enough. Whatever. I actually was because I'm going to be starting another Scrappy Happy blanket, and I was putting the thingies through the needle gauge, and it's like they kept going. They would fit in the two. It's like one was one size and one was the other. So I've actually been knitting with two different sizes on this one.
Yeah, as long as you're consistent, it will all be the same.
Not that it matters. But
wonder why you're ending up with rectangles instead of squares.
So I did do 7 this week, and so yeah, super. I love starting. This is my morning coffee knitting time. So just gets, and if this has like been really the only thing that I got a square done today. That's all that happened, kind of thing.
At least you get something in.
Yeah, it feels like, I did something. I did do knitting today. So, yeah.
You fondled the yarn.
I fondled the yarn. So, it's really, I love this thing.
Yeah.
Because I've already completed a Scrappy Happy blanket #1 that we use and love. It's
warm.
So, yeah.
Warm for the cold weather.
Yeah.
Not so good for summertime, but
No.
we'll have a collection by then.
So then I worked on my I Smell Snow socks. This is in my studio in the green bag. Love this bag. And if she doesn't have this, if you were wanting one, we do have this as a prize, one of these to give away for our Hatchin' But you can always, message her and see if she has any more, because she's super sweet. So, because I know I was asked. So this is julianasfiber.com in the Lucid Dreams sock yarn, continuum gradient, I Smell Snow, 80-20 blend, superwash merino nylon. And I love that sound. I still just love these little snaps. So I did the heel. So here's my little dicky-doo down here. I did the heel and got it all heel turned, and now I'm starting in on the foot. So I guess I did quite a bit on that this week.
Coming along.
Yeah. And this is the second one, so intellectually, I thought I would have this completed this week, but at least I made good progress.
Did some progress.
Yeah, well, I was really wanting to get this off the needle because I wanted this bag and these needles for another project that I started, but it'll get there. So then I did start a sock last Sunday to knit along with the Desert Vista Dyeworks Cast on the Dead. While the Fear of the Walking Dead is on, you knit, your sock during that time. So this was only during that time. And this is in my Jessa Lou bag that you got me. You and Jimmy got me this. Yeah, the little gnome house. So this is Desert Vista Dyeworks, Somebody Go Bra, and her self-striping Viso base, 75-25 superwash nylon. Oh.
Let's say.
Well, I'm busy reading.
Everybody's watching their screen with the
exercise your neck. So, yeah, here it is, all wound it up. And I'm using my black thorn needles, and yeah, those are gonna get, I think, switched out tonight when I work on this. I'm just not
enjoying.
Well, not that I did that much. It is barely cast on, so yeah.
So the blackthorn are your carbon fiber ones.
Yeah, and it's not sliding.
Too much.
And then they're the 6-inch, so I'm getting jabbed and
Guess we just need.
And these were dang expensive, but
We got them at that Vogue
Vogue
Knitting.
knitting, yeah, that's coming up in May. And I'm using my awesome rusted stitch holder.
Pretty cool.
So, yep.
So you get another knitting session tonight.
Yeah. Woohoo. That is a good show. I like it. I like
that one.
it. So then the mystery project from last week. You see, you're all coming back this week just to find out what is in this me and my dog and some yarn bag.
What's in the bag?
What's in the bag? And it is the Atwood Shawl by Nicole Clark. And this is a paid for pattern. And it has two sizes, a small and a large. I was going to do the large, but I was like, because I had some really pretty Madeline-tosh, but it's a very plain shawl, and I'm saving that more for a
Lace type or
more of a kapow. This isn't a kapow pattern. This is, you could use variegated or like hand spun would be a good one, but I don't know. Let's just leave it at that.
Okay.
So, so this is done with some very, very special yarn that Nitty Witty Shell had sent me when she lived in Australia. And it is skein top draw socks, 437 yards, merino nylon. And this says it is the cocoa colorway. To me, cocoa in the United States is brown.
Yeah.
Does this look brown to you?
That looks like a purple.
Okay, thank you. I thought I was going crazy. Yeah. To me, it's got a very purple tinge.
Maybe they have purple coconuts or cocoa powder.
Beans.
Purple cocoa.
Well, I do have purple green beans, so maybe.
I don't know.
Anyways, I've been hoarding it because it's very special because Michelle sent it to me. So, but it's always wanted to be something around my neck, and since this is kind of a plain, I can really bunch it without. Oh, the lace isn't showing, and so. And it's done with size 2 needles, which is I'm not used to doing that on a shawl either. So it's very tight fabric. Yeah. So it's just barely started, But you can see the nice variegation in the yarn since it is a just stockinette stitch pattern. So, yep.
Looks good.
So then this is the one that you can, because it's just plain old knitting. So
plain old
knitting that you can grab hold of it because you feel this yarn. That
it really
feels
soft.
like it's got cashmere in it,
feels
and it
like,
doesn't.
Yeah, it's very soft.
Yeah, that's why I want something that I can just really bunch and snuggle.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
so I
very
thought
nice.
that worked good on that. So it's, spinning. I told you I was going to have this done by this weekend, but I changed my mind. Well, I had a lot of extra of the Black Trillium Fiber Studio watermelon, and I had ran out of the Village Spinning and Weaving plain salmon color. So, but I still had 4 more ounces of it. So I am just going ahead, and I was just going to spin enough to finish off what's on the bobbin of the watermelon because I'm plying those together. But I thought, I'm already spinning this. I'm going to spin the whole thing, the whole other 4 ounces, use what I need, and then decide what I want to do with the rest of it.
Chain ply it or something.
Yeah. So I thought I might as well, why not just finish it up? Because I have plenty of bobbins on there. So that's what I'm doing. And so my 15 minutes a day, I literally put the timer on. And, yep.
Whenever your timer goes up, I'm like, what is that? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's because it's like, even the dogs are like, what's going on? It's time to stop something. So then you had knitting.
I did a little bit more on my my project here. And this is, let me find my, you have it up. Okay. remember what the name is. Adama cowl. See, I should remember that. So I'm knitting on the Adama cowl by Hillary Smith Callis. I'm doing this out of, it is Cascade 220 in the, it's a gray.
Gray heather, yeah.
Heather gray. Gray heather. So it's a lighter gray. But I did a little bit of work on that. So, yeah. So there's my Dicky-Doo. And yeah, I got a couple rounds on there. Got the little more lace work done. So it's coming along.
And I think it's going to be a lot bigger than what I was actually thinking. It's looking like it. So it'll be a really good...
Put it over my head.
Snuggle, especially once it's blocked.
Yeah, so... No, it's coming along. So you can see the patterning and stuff. So we're in a lace row right now. But yeah, so it's moving right along, a little bit at a time.
And those are knit picks. They're either 10 or 10 and a half because her patterns I always go up because they always seem to be. It doesn't have it on
marked.
there. It's knit picks.
Super size.
Yeah.
For us slow knitters.
Yeah. So I didn't work on any of my other socks. And some of the patterns I've been even considering on frogging because it's just...
You lost
I've
your
lost
mojo?
The mojo on
for
them.
for the project
Yeah.
mojo.
I don't know if it's because I have so many, even though I just started 2 that you hadn't even seen. But
You're starting project with the good yarn and the good patterns, and then you compare them. It's like, I really don't like that one, or it's...
Or there's errata that hasn't been fixed, and that just, it turns me off. Especially when it's a paid-for pattern that should already be done, and
test knitted and ready to go. And
it's errata that should have been done before it was released anytime. And it just irks my tail end to nobody's business, and it's like...
Well, it's no fun backing up or stalling out because something's not...
I've had to be stalled.
Yeah.
And that's like, when you get going and excited and it's like...
Well, I know some when you like doing a knit along and some people are ahead of you and then they say, oh, there's a problem here. And then you just kind of takes the wind out of the sails and then it's like...
It's like, why should I bother now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's, got a couple of them, So,
the challenge to finish or to back it up and
or just let it marinate for a little while.
Marinated yarn.
I did make it. That's what I was meaning to mention when you were talking about farm happening, so we'll rewind a little bit. I made a yummy thingy last night, and it's so quick. And if you're on Facebook, I don't know what it is. It's not other people in my feed that posted. It just happens to be posted. And it's a quick little video, and it's called Crack Slaw. And if you look under my name, because I shared it because that's how I kind of favorite things on Facebook, where I know I can go back to see it. I'll do that, so I know it's under my feed, so I can go back to it. And it's called Crack Slaw. So I went and I watched it, and I hurried and wrote down all the stuff. And you literally I use our wok. And, you brown you can use ground meat. I use turkey because I can't have beef. So I used turkey meat, and you would salt, pepper,
Sriracha.
Garlic, fresh garlic. It said 2 heads. I used probably 4 or 5. We like, garlic goes in everything. We keep them vampires away.
It's good healthy seasonings.
Yeah. And what else is in it? So we brown all that. A tablespoon of sriracha, 2 tablespoons of soy. Yes, I'm allergic to soy. I still use it to a point. Because they stick it in everything. It's in everything. So then it's, how many, was it 2 teaspoons of sesame seeds? And then you just keep mixing it, and then you put in 10 ounces of coleslaw mix, and you just toss it, and you can kind of tell when it gets a little bit wiltier, and then boom, it's done. It is like 15 minutes, if that.
Quick meal.
But woohoo! Have some water ready. I mean,
she doesn't measure, So when she says
Yeah.
two,
Well, though that is what it told me to do, but I eyeball. I don't get them.
if you
I
guys know
don't
what
wanna
sriracha
mess
sauce
with
is,
cleaning.
it is hot, and so you kind of have to like gauge it.
Yeah,
I use it at when I'm out eating. If I'm having pho at Chinatown, there we get the pho, and I put that in there, and it spices it up. But you don't usually like spicy like I like spicy. Yeah.
Well, my tummy would not like spicy.
Yeah, but so it was for me. It was hot, so I can only imagine.
For Jimmy, it was hot,
Don's
but
like-
he liked it. He goes, "You can make that anytime." And he was first looking at it like, "You're doing what? You're making what?"
Yeah, so it was very good, tasty. It's just a little warm. Have water handy,
Yeah.
but you can season it to your liking. So you put a little, you put a lot. Just depends on your taste. But yeah, it was good.
Yep.
Yeah, you chefed it up.
I shoved it up really quick. So I think that is about it. So we're moving into Roundup.
Wow, look
I
at
told
that.
you.
A quick one.
Wow.
Half an
And
hour.
see, it's because I've been blabbering. This could have been like 5
Yeah,
minutes.
we could have just let you guys on to more other things.
Yep,
But
we have our spring hatchinette going on. That's April, May, June in the Wolfe Farms group on Ravelry, and that's any project that you knit, spin, weave, crochet, any fiber-related project. Stick it in there for your chance to win. It doesn't matter when you start it, and there'll be great prizes. And
yeah.
so, yeah.
Well, I think that about does it. Remember, cucumber melon, 25% off. We have other sale items. Stock up before we close in June, at the end of June. You can get a free Wolfe Farm video podcast button with any paid order. Just ask for that in the comments section, and we'll be happy to stick one of those in for free when we're shipping your order off. That about does it for this podcast.
Yep. So until next time,
Let's get cracking. Passionate.
bye,
Bye,
y'all.
y'all.